Hello and welcome, my friends. Welcome to my first angel reading of 2003. Pretty excited about it. I love working with angelic energy. It makes you feel good. The unconditional love, the support. And here we're looking at that wisdom. Let's look at this. So, like always, I do have my angel tarot. It's not the best. I haven't found an angel tarot where I'm like, oh, this is the end all be all. It's better than some, is what I can say. Solidly better than some. I have Healing with the Angels Oracle. And then I also have Angel Inspiration Oracle. Sometimes I find the Oracle decks are a little bit better than the tarot decks, just because a lot of times with the tarot decks, they like to add lots of blurb and lots of comment at the bottom. This one has like one word stuff, labels, and you can't label tarot in one word or a couple of words. So that's why I'm not thrilled about this deck, but like I said, it's better than most. Okay, let's get into this. What can my friends expect in the next month as we transcend into February? What messages do the angels want to share? If people have ideas or angel decks that they really like, I'd love to hear about them. The Angel of Death. Transformation? Absolutely. But it's more than that, right? There's release, it's about those aspects that aren't working. Will it help with transformation? Sure. It'll help with the release, but identification. So in the next month, there is a lot we need to, like that burden, we need to get rid of it. We need to work with death rather than resist it. Because if we resist, we're going to miss out and we're going to feel very heavy. Physical sickness, mental health dipping, that sadness, that anxiety coming forward. So making sure that we're not carrying stuff that isn't ours, because that happens a lot. And also making sure the stuff we are carrying, if it's not serving us in a positive light, we need to release it. It's not going to help us. The Page of Cups. That childlike, innocent energy, it has really nothing to do with friendship. This has everything to do with the flexibility that comes with the Page of Cups specifically, and how rigid we're being. When it's sitting beside death like that, we're literally looking at turning our back on death, turning our back on that release, because we have to have it in a very rigid box. That rigid box is the devil talking. It's our inner self, that lower vibrational self. The angels are being really clear here. If we don't turn this card and bring in that flexibility, that creativity, this isn't going to work. And again, it goes back to that mental health, that dip, your physical health, causing us a lot of problems, a lot of just physical pain, those illnesses. Now we have the Emperor, the fourth card in the Major Arcana. And of course, well, he is Mr. Stability himself. He is the Emperor. Wisdom, yeah, sure, absolutely, he's the Emperor. But we have in more than just wisdom here. It talks about that avoidance, because with the Emperor, that talks about society. That's a card of almost completion, not in the sense of completing something, but we have that knowledge and we want to get things done. He's on his head though. This is when we become that wacko tyrant where we expect and demand. Again, it goes back to that rigid box. Without getting out of that rigid box, without pushing some of those boundaries a bit, we are going to miss the point. Not to mention, like I said, we're going to start to not feel good, but we're going to destabilize ourselves. So what we once found instability, we're not going to have, well, as much stability or any. We need to make sure that we are more fluid with expectations and demands that are not serving us. So some of the expectations and demands, we do need a little bit more rigidity, more, conformity. While other expectations and demands, and we know those ones, especially the ones about what we can achieve, what we should be achieving, expectations of society, that especially the ones that haven't been checked into for a while. Like everyone being married, having 2.3 kids, having the white picket fence and the dog and you get it, right? Is that really what is going to bring you joy and happiness? Or is it something we need to release? Right? Checking into that. Because some of them we do need to work with. Some of them, especially when it comes to that stability. So making sure that we do have that income, making sure that we are taking care of our physical self, taking care of those in our family center. While others we need to be, like I said, a little bit more creative with and start to release stuff. It's when we put those blinders on and we just go because we're told to go without thinking. And we go on that automated kind of, I get up, I, get ready for my day, I go do it, I come home, I go to bed. There's no, it's just becomes a survival. We got to get out of that survival mode. King of Wands. I'm really enjoying the fact that Death is the only right side up card here. That release. And you're going to feel it on the physical, the spiritual, and, well, the mental. Like I said, and I probably should have turned the card, we feel like we're on drone mode. There is nothing that we're connecting with. There's no fulfillment. There's no joy. There's no, this is amazing. We're like, okay, I'm just surviving. That survival, it's showing. And the angels are telling you it's not a good thing. These are not good things. Yes, this is a good thing. That release. Pushing yourself up and starting to connect. Because the minute we start working with death, you're going to see these cards starting to turn. You're going to see the joy and happiness. Along with the flexibility of the page, it's that childlike energy, right? Finding friends where you at least expect it. Having the greatest time with the simplistic of things, adding creativity, adding laughter, being successful, stable, finding happiness and passion in what we do. And that's what the angels want us to have, but we're kind of resisting that. It's not going well for us, and they're being pretty clear here. You need to this isn't good. Let's shift this up. Let's release it and get into some of the stuff that's good for us. So how and what will help my friends to release this stuff? Work with death. Turn these cards. See that passion, that fun, that stability in life. Harmony, balance, peace, kind of feeling content within self, which is incredibly hard to do, especially right now. Ways that we can do that, it doesn't have an archangel here, but Archangel Sandalphon deals with the harmony, also deals with like prayer requests and helping us receive what we need. Fantastic archangel to work with trying to figure this out and get a better perspective. Bring in that harmony. Ask for the help that we want and need. I have at least one, if not two, meditations with Archangel Sandalphon. If you go into my Archangel playlist and just put his name down, even if you put sand, it should come up. Nice, gentle meditations to help. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I not only give guidance, but I give you guys lots of tools and supports to work with you, not only the angels, but to work through life. So I have meditations, I have healings, I have mindfulness tools. All my meditations are guided, so it's a support. It's not just sitting in the fact of Om. I couldn't do that. I don't have the attention span. Speak from the heart. It's time we do find that truth. And we will, especially if we start to look at what's working and what's not working. What do we need to release? And what will help turn these cards over? Bring in the passion, bring in the stability, bring in the creativity, the fun, and the flexibility. Go from your heart. It's the only way to do it. Be free. Again, I touched on this. Some of those expectations and demands that we have for self, that others have for us, they're not flowing so well. They're not working for us. So let's look at them. Let's start to rid ourselves of some of these thought patterns, demands, expectations that don't help you. Some of them we may not like because they constrict us, because they need to happen so that we can pay for our mortgage, that we can pay for our rent, our food. They have to happen. Other ones, not so much. And we need to look at those. We need to look at what we can make shifts and changes on and what we can't. We have to keep it realistic. And I think that's where we do get the Emperor in, because we do need that realistic piece. What healing will support my friends in achieving this balance? And it is a balance, it really is. And we do have the stability of the 4 here, but it is a balance that can be, well, sometimes really hard to achieve and then super hard to maintain. However, with some work, perseverance, flexibility, you can do it, knowing that it will change. It looks like the Be Free card. He looks like he's like almost bungee jumping, and it is very fluid. And again, that talks about that flexibility. Answered prayers. Like I said, Archangel Sandalphon is a fantastic support because he does work around that prayer. And no, you do not need to go to a church to pray. And no, you don't have to pray to a certain God person. You can just leave it general. Because there is such historical spiritual abuse that has happened. When you come from a place, when you speak from your heart of light and love, they understand. So asking for the help that you need, even if you don't know what it is you need, start to work with it. We have to break down the law of free will. It's a universal law. It will not, no one can budge on that. And even when our lives are in danger, there's lots of strings. It's a whole shade of gray. So making sure that we are clear with what it is we're trying to achieve. Even if you can say, I don't know how we're going to do it, but this is the end result I need. And again, speak from the heart and speak your truths. And then be open to how it comes forward. Again, that rigid box is not going to help you. Meditation. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go too much into that. We kind of get that. But it is about getting out of our own way. And that's pretty much what this is saying, right? That rigid box, not helpful. Meditation does help us kind of shift out of it. And meditation does not always mean sitting in a room listening to or a guided meditation. Even the meditative breath can be helpful and beneficial because it's calming our system. And the meditative breath is a deep inhale through your nose, a pause, and a balanced exhale through your mouth. Pause before repeating it. The deep inhale brings oxygen to your frontal cortex, to your thinking center, your third eye center. That exhale gets rid of that carbon dioxide that builds up in our body. Science and woo-woo. Just saying. Eventually science will catch up to us. But meditation is really helpful. Some people can get into a meditative state in the shower where they're like, oh, this feels great. And they are able to gain insight. They're able to see things clearer. Just take deep breaths in that and boom, there you go. The important piece is to take care of you and get that box not so rigid. I really want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope that this helped to explore things from a different angle. I really do enjoy working with the angelic energy because it is so uplifting. It's unconditional love. If you did like this session, please give it a thumbs up as it helps people find me on the sea of YouTube. More importantly for you, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way. It may look different for the next couple of months, but it's still coming your way. You don't want to miss any of it. Also, if you're looking for an added layer of support, I still have my Ko-fi and Patreon pages running, and I'm uploading to them and connecting in with them frequently to continue that support as well. I've provided links below. You can go check it out. Again, I want to thank you for joining me and the angels today and exploring your situation from a different perspective. Until tomorrow, my friends.